How are we doing today, fellow gamers? ChaosEclipse here. We are back in Stormwind. We are on World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King Classic. A couple things to go over. You guys check out my new staff. Look at that. Staff of Beasts that has actually gotten in the Grand in... Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. In this area up here, there is a place called the Blood of Rings. I will say that it is extremely difficult by yourself. We were doing some PvP here in Hollow, which I did not catch on video. I apologize for that. But I was getting wrecked anyway because I have crap gear. Just because I haven't been able to run any dungeons or anything like that, and I'm more, concerned about getting up to 80. Not really concerned about it, but I'd rather just go ahead and get up to 80, and then go from there. As you can see, we're almost done with this area. We have this quest here, which is called Wanted During the Hunger. I can't solo that. It is a really big guy who's an elite, level 67, and he hits really hard. Even in bear form, he takes like a good third or more of my health with just one hit. So I may need some help with that one from other people. But like I said, we did some PvP here, and you're probably wondering like who's we. So it was me and a shaman at first, just kind of going back and forth, and the shaman was completely wrecking me. And I just asked in general chat, hey, can anyone help me? A level 80 pally showed up. He helped for a little bit, and then he took off, and we hadn't even captured the place yet. And then I had another druid and a Death Knight show up, that were both alliance as well. They helped me chase off the shaman there. We claimed the place. And then from there, they asked if I needed the Blood of Rings, and I was like, yeah, sure, you guys help me, I can help you, which I wasn't even considering doing it. It was the one that was up here, like I said. But I went ahead, I went and did it with them or whatever, and we ended up getting the staff. So for our level, this staff is actually pretty good. You guys can see there, it's 81.5 DPS, 30 agility, 45 stamina, 374 attack power in while you're in your form. And on top of that, it also has an additional 62 attack power. So definitely a really good staff. I've even gotten green staffs from other quests after this one that have not been stronger than this one. So really good staff to try to get your hands on. But that's not what today's video is about. As you guys can see, you guys remember I had like 1600 gold. In the previous one, we're down to 989. That is because I kind of went crazy with something, which I'm about to go over here in a second. But first things first. We actually got more stuff sold. So as you can see here, not as much stuff this time because I'm running out of stuff. I actually have to go farm more materials and everything for what's it called, for mining. But as you can see, a lot of this stuff is mining stuff that I ended up selling. Oh, and actually stole my Storm Shroud stuff. Nice. So we're, like I said, at 986. Let's go ahead and claim all of this stuff, and you guys can see the name of what it is over here and then how much gold I'm getting. Normally if it's something like that, I probably had it in there for 9, so it usually rounds up to the next whole gold. So that was in there for 20, that was in there for 14, and as you can see, it wasn't just one shadow gem, it was 2. So if you guys want to slow down the video and see how much stuff is selling for on the server, you guys can definitely take a look there. Look at that, that sold for 24. I think I undersold that one, honestly. I should have put it in there for like 50. But that's fine. Still got quite a bit out of that. So just over 100 gold. Almost 200 gold actually. But yeah. So the whole reason that I wanted to talk to you guys today is, I don't know why this is. There's a lot of people buying these love charm bracelets. I'm gonna know it's for the Valentine's Day thing here. The only thing that I'm aware of, and I could be wrong about this, the only thing that I'm aware of that you need these bracelets for is for what we were doing before. This just gives you a buff. So if you take this quest here, Gift for the King, you'll turn in a bracelet to one of the 4 people like we talked about before. So it'll be the King of Exalted, who is called the Prophet, the King here in Stormwind, the Dwarf King in Ironforge, or the Princess that is in Darnassus. But when you turn those in, you'll get something like this, giving you an increase in either intellect, stamina, agility, or spirit. depending on who you turn it into. The one here is in Stormwind is for intellect. The one in Ironforge is for stamina. The one in Exalted is spirit, and the one in Darnassus is the agility. It does last for 1 hour. These are really good buffs, but the only thing that's throwing me off is this does it for 25. I bought a ton of these that do it for 75. Granted, this is attack power, but it also does it for an hour. As you can see, I have 4 different stacks here. I had 5, but I've been using them like crazy. And these ones you can actually get by completing these type of quests and getting these love tokens, which I still even have more love tokens. So you can talk to this person here, and then you can buy the ones depending on what you want. So attack power, defense rating, spell power, more attack power, more defense, more spell power. And then these are the love charms. This here, not this. This is the actual like card that you get to trade in. But if you have extra cards, you can basically get more of these. So the thing that's throwing me off is people are buying these. I don't know exactly what for. I don't know what the purpose is for it. But yesterday, because I'm a lower level and I was finishing up questing in the Grand, we got a ton of these. I had quite a bit. I was able to make 10 different love charms, and some guy was like, hey, buying love charms, blah, blah. So I messaged him like, hey, man, how much you buying them for? He's like, 25 gold, question mark. Honestly, I probably could have went higher. I have seen them sell for a little higher, but I didn't want to overprice the guy just because there wasn't too many people on last night. Don't get me wrong, it was still like kind of populated like this in this area. But he was buying them for 25 gold a piece, and I was like, well, man, I have 10. I was like, you want all 10? He's like, yeah. So he popped in, we went to trade. He popped in the 250 gold. I traded him. I think it was like 6 the first time, then 4 the second time. And yeah, so I ended up getting 250 gold. I feel like I'm getting overloaded with gold, which in a good way though. So the whole reason that we ended up losing a lot of that, because as you guys remember, I was at 1600 basically, plus that 250 I'm telling you about. So that would have put me at almost 2000. We would have been somewhere right around like, let's see, 18, almost 1900, because I think it was technically like 1666, and then the 250. So that would have been, actually that would have put us over 1900. Anyway, the point is that I started looking at the auction house here to see if I can speed things up with this character as far as like reputation, things like that. So if we look at something called Firewing, these signets, they're in here for 1 gold. They were in here a little cheaper yesterday. I bought a ton of them. I think I ended up buying like 74 total, which didn't cost me very much. I literally bought out the auction house. That's why these are all in there for 1 gold, and it's all from one guy. So I bought all of those, and then I also bought these, which are also very cheap, which is very interesting because these give way more XP. And believe it or not, I actually bought from this guy here. How does he have so many of these? But yeah, I bought a stack of 250 for 250. So the 250 I made from selling those charms, I literally spent on this. The good thing about that is that I didn't even use all of them. So the whole reason that we did that is if you come in here, you look at our reputation, and you go to our Scryers. As you can see, this is our Scryers reputation here. Take a look at that. That says Exalted, guys. We got Exalted off of just turning in those Firewing signets and the Arcane Tombs. And then I'm actually running over here to the bank so I can show you guys that I didn't even use all of those Arcane Tombs. So the whole reason that I kept them, because I could technically resell them, but the whole reason that I kept them is because now I can technically come in here and I can sell these. Where are they? I can sell these, so we still have 154. I can sell these to, or not sell them, I can send them to my level 60, who also has, you know, he's also going to be a scryer and everything like that. He's only level 60, so he's not even like at neutral or anything yet with the scryers. He hasn't even met them. He hasn't even been in Outlands. But if we send this over to him, right when we get there, we can pretty much at least become, I want to say, revered. At that point, I might buy a little more, get him Exalted. The whole reason for that is so that we can buy leatherworking recipes from the Scryers using him because he's a leather worker. And then now what I can do with this character is I can actually buy jewel crafting recipes. And on top of that, every time you turn in one of these tombs, the Firewing signets, whatever they're called, they don't do it, but these do. Every time you turn one in, it gives you like 350 reputation with the Scryers, but it also gives you these here, which are arcane runes. So these are tomes. These are the ones you can buy. The runes are the ones that they give you that are actually soulbound. So with these arcane runes, we can actually go and do something else that is actually really cool. You don't have to, but the fact that we have so many of them, it's not going to be that bad of a deal, because I think it's only like 10 of these, and you can't really use them for anything else, and they're soulbound. So we're going to hang on to them, but I will show you guys what we can do. Before we do that, just want to let you guys know I got my jewel crafting up to 313. So now we can actually start making actual gems. So like these azure moonstones, we can turn those into 6 spirit. We have the solid azure ones. That would be 9 stamina there. The green ones, which are peridot, deep peridot. We have 3 crit, 4 stamina. These ones are 3 crit and spell pin. Keep in mind, these are low level gems, but I mean, still, if we get gear that we can socket, we can start socketing stuff ourselves. So this is 3 crit, 3 strength. The prismatic one here, this is more of an oddball. What this does is it gives you a random gem. It actually tells you right here. So if you cut a black diamond into a red, or sorry, this recipe, if that's what you want to call it, design, pattern, whatever you want to call it. What it does is it cuts a black diamond, so you would need a black diamond, into a red, blue, or yellow gemstone of similar quality. The type of gem is not known until the gem is cut. So I actually did one of these the other day, and I ended up getting, I think it was was it this one? No. That one? No. Was it that one? No. I ended up getting a red one that gave me agility, I think. But anyway, yeah, so we got a random gem out of that. These purple ones here, we can turn into 4 spell power and, what is that, 4 stamina. Red ones, we can do 6 strength, 12 attack, or spell power. The main thing that we want is agility. We also have this golden dry knight here that does 6 intelligence. So this is where you want to be. You want to be able to start cutting gems like this that will actually sell in the auction house. And then of course, if we need to level up, we can also use our gems for this stuff in here. And as you can see, we're getting closer to our current level where we might actually be able to make ourselves some actual jewels, or jewelry. But if we take a look in here, let's say blood garnet. So if we look at the blood garnet, they have some in here that you can actually just buy that are uncut. Oh, and they don't have any of the other ones. Okay. Let's see here. So if we check jagged, click on it, stop it. There we go, jagged. Yeah, so people are selling these already cut. As you can see, they sell for a little bit lower, but I would think that uncut, they're probably a little more expensive. Yeah. But that is also because you can cut them into multiple things. So you have 3 crit there, the 4 stamina there, or you can do the 3 crit and the spell pen. But keep in mind, you have to be a jewel crafter to make these. So more than likely, I'm not going to buy any of these out of there, not even to raise my level here. But yeah, there's definitely that. I still have not thrown in this this big iron fishing pole. Those 2 are still in there, so I can still put mine in for 500, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, anyway, with the we're gonna go and I'm gonna look at the Scryers so I can show you guys about the arcane runes. But with the charms here, and I don't mean to jump all over the place, guys, but I completely forgot where I was going with this. With these charms though, at level 80, the guy was level 80 when he bought those charms from me. This is the only quest you can do, and as you can see, it gives you 1 gold, 12,000 experience. It gives you 1 of these cards and 5 love tokens. So why level 80s are buying so many of these charms just to do this quest makes no sense to me. I don't know if there's something else out there that people are using them for, because even if we look at the world events, love is in the air, even coming in here and looking at the different things that are in here, none of this stuff uses the charms either. Like, it's literally just for that one quest, unless I just have not seen a quest yet that does take them.
Yo.
So I'm not really sure why they're buying them, but I mean, like I said, I sold 10 of them for 250. It is a little harder for the level 80 to get them, because I don't think they can get them without killing something that actually gives I was gonna say PvP because I was reading this guy's thing in my head, but I don't think they can actually get too many of these because you have to kill stuff that actually gives XP. Since you're level 80 and you're capped, maybe that's why they're not getting them and they just need so many. But even at that point, I don't know why he would need 10 of them. You would need 4 just to complete one in every town, unless he's just doing them daily. But even at that point, if he's just doing them daily, why? I mean, these you can't sell, so I guess I can understand that. And maybe he's buying the cards with them because you can trade them in for 1 card, and then you can use the 1 card to buy 5 of these. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but either way, I'm gonna keep selling them because I'm not gonna be doing those quests anymore. Yes, it's good XP and it will definitely help out with getting levels and everything, but at this point the gold is definitely a lot better than worrying about my level. We're gonna get gold, we're gonna get experience either way. The experience is gonna be coming a lot faster than the gold is, so I figure, you know, I'll just sell it for gold and we'll go from there. But with all that being said, guys, let's go over to the Scryers Tower. That is where my Hearthstone is set. I'm talking way too fast today, guys, and you know, I guess my brain's a little jumbled. So this is the Scryers Tower. You guys have seen this. I have been here before. If you come out of this, you're actually going to come over to the main area here, where the Scryers are. So after turning in those Firewing signets, I believe once you get honored with the Scryers, you'll click on this guy, and you'll end up doing Sun Fury signets. You can do this all the way to finish off and get Exalted or whatever. Gives you XP. I don't remember how much reputation it gives, but either way, we're already Exalted. But the Arcane Tomes that we had, the one that are still in the bank, not these Arcane Runes. The Arcane Runes are what you get for turning them in. But the Arcane Tomes, you'll come in here where all of these are for you to learn stuff. You'll turn to the right. You'll come right up this ramp right here, guys. And you will speak with this person right here. So this is Vorenthal the Seer. You'll
the
click
eternal
on him.
sun guides us.
He's looking for the Arcane Tombs. You'll click on that. It'll say that you have one. You click continue. Literally turning in one gives you the 350 rep, and it gives you an Arcane Rune every single time you turn one in. So we got all the way to Exalted just by doing those.
The reckoning is
and
at
the
hand.
whole reason for that is if we get out of here now, speed this up a bit, and we go down to the Scryer Bank. Which is literally just right off this cliff here. So this is the Scryer Bank. The Aldor one looks exactly the same. It's just over on the other side. Where's that? Yeah, it's over. Where's it at? There it is, over there. So that's the Aldor one. They're, I guess, across from each other. I thought it was literally just like the next little quarter piece over. But anyway, once you're here, you'll have your bank like we talked about before, your guild bank up there in the back, and then you have these two guys here. So this one is the one that gives you inscriptions, but you have to have certain reputation, and then this one here is a quartermaster. You also have to have certain reputation. This one here we still can't really buy anything from. We are Exalted. Technically we can buy all this stuff right now. The only reason they're red is because I lack the jewel crafting still. So as you can see, this one requires honored. I could still buy this right now and just hold on to it, but I don't want to buy duplicates. So I'm just going to wait until I am actually 325 jewel crafting so that I can get most of these. And then this is what I was talking about. They also have leather working stuff here, which is why I'm giving the other stuff to the other guy. But yeah, look at that. I mean, even that would be a decent set of leggings. And look at that. That's another good thing there. So if my other character, if I can get him to be at least honored with the Scryers, I can buy this recipe, which binds on pickup, but the item itself, once he crafts it, that does not bind on pickup. So I would not do this one exactly, just because it has like the arcane resistance. I'm more looking for agility, attack power, things like that, but I'm sure there's one in here somewhere. Let's take a quick look real quick. Nature resistance, that's plate. Leatherworking, that's more arcane resistance, and that's also mail. More arcane resistance. Look at that. We don't even have to buy a thing from leatherworking. We can literally just buy these. The only reason this one is redded out at the moment is because it requires level 70. So even with these, I could technically still buy these and just hold on to them until I'm level 70. Which, by the way, we are currently 68. So that would be in 2 more levels. Um, there is a staff. Look at that. Even this staff. Never mind. That's because it's for spell power. I was going to say even my staff is currently better than this one. But that's because that one's for spell power. More arcane resistance. What is that? Stuff like this is going to be the only hard thing about being able to give it to this character. So this is a Magister's armor kit. As you can see, it increases mana regeneration of an item worn on the chest, legs, hands, and feet. So basically this works like the regular armor kits that we had. The problem is that these bind on pickup. Now, when you do, I can't even show you guys the trade window. When you do a trade window, you'll have something like this pop up. It'll have a whole bunch of boxes on this side, a whole bunch of boxes on this side. At the bottom, like this one is, you'll have one of these on both sides, and it'll actually say, put items here for not trading. So what I would do is if I'm trying to get this buff, if that's what you want to call it, this enchant off of a leather worker, what I would have to do is I would take one of those pieces, which is my chest, legs, hands, or feet, and I would put it in the one down here, do not trade. What he would do on his screen is he'll craft that buff real quick, and then when he crafts it, he can use it on the one that says do not trade, and he can basically buff it for me. And then I can go on about my day, pay him however much, and he can go on about his day. So you can still exchange those, but it just works a little bit different there. So yeah, I didn't really see anything with agility. I mean, don't get me wrong, the one here still had, where'd it go? The one there still had the attack power and blue sockets and everything. So I mean, we can work with it, but this is mainly for arcane resistance. I'm not really worried about it. And then, of course, I think they do have jewel crafting in here. Maybe not. Yeah. They don't. But
Keep
anyway,
your wits about you.
this guy here, this is why I did it.
Your
So when you
gold is
come in here,
welcome
as you
here.
can see, he's the one that you can use the arcane runes with, but you still have to have certain reputation. As you can see, these 4 down here are all exalted. The ones up here are all honored. And as you can see, what these do is, so if I spend 2 of my runes and I click on this, I can actually add 13 crit to a shoulder item. This one does 13 defense to a shoulder item. This one is 6 mana per 5 seconds to a shoulder item, and then this one is 13 crit to a shoulder item. Why are those the same? Permanently adds 13 crit rating to a shoulder slot. Permanently adds 13 crit strike. Strike rating to a shoulder slot. What is the difference between these? What am I missing here, guys? Permanently adds 13 crit strike rating to a shoulder slot. Permanently adds 13. Those are the exact same, right, guys? Or am I losing it here? Anyway, so we can do any of these. More than likely, I'll do one of these just because it is crit strike rating that we're looking for as a Feral Druid. And if you look at our shoulders here, we don't have any type of buff or anything on there. The 2 green things that are currently on there automatically come on there, and then we can add the 13 crit. And on top of that, we have 104. So even if we replace our shoulder piece, we can just buy another one for 2. And then once we hit level 70, we can actually use these, which this one does 15 crit and 20 attack power. I wonder if that's what this one's supposed to be, crit and attack power. Maybe not. It's probably because these are higher levels. Ah, I see the difference there. So it doesn't show on these because it's not the secondary part. These both do crit, but if you look at these, they both do 15 crit, but one does attack power, which is this top one, and then the bottom one does spell power with the crit. And then of course that's your mana. So we would basically get this one. So for now, we can actually do this one. And this is how the other thing that I was just talking about with leatherworking would work. So basically you'll have this, which will be in the leatherworkers inventory like the item that he has to be able to enchant your leggings or chest or whichever one you want to do. So say he could do shoulders. What you would do is you would take your shoulders, you would put it down on the do not trade spot. What he would do on his screen is he'll find his item, he'll right click it. It says, are you sure you wish to, oh no, I don't want a refund. No, he'll left click it, right click it. Oh, it's because I still have this open. So keep in mind this screen here. Technically, what you would do is you would take your item, you would put it down in the do not trade spot. At that point, he'll click on his screen. He'll click on your item that's down here, but for us, it's up here. So we're going to click on that, and it'll automatically start enchanting. And then boom, once it's enchanted, you'll still have your screen here pulled up. You'll pull your item out, you'll re-equip it, and then you'll have the enchant from there on out. So now we have our 13 crit there. And we can go about our day, and then we'll come back once we hit 70, and we will redo this to our shoulders. But we have 102 of them now, so even if we're switching out our shoulders and stuff like that, we can still always come back and put this grid on there if we want to. I mean, obviously there are going to be better ones out there, and the only reason I didn't do this to have 102 of these, 104 of these, the whole reason I did this was just because we were trying to get honored with them. So we're honored now, we don't have to worry about that, and we will go from there. But that is the main thing I want to talk about in this video as far as being honored with the Scryers and the whole reason behind it. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, definitely let me know. This server, like I said, is way more populated than the other servers. I have had no problem selling things. I have had no problem getting help with stuff. That's why I said in this area here, I will probably ask and see if there's anyone that is either on this quest currently trying to do it, or just someone who's willing to come over and help. More than likely they will. Once we're done with this quest, we're going to be done in this area. This one here, I don't know what this is. That quest has been there since day one, but when I go there, there's no one there that actually gives this quest. I'm thinking that it might be something that I'm missing, or maybe if I kill something in that area, it'll give the actual quest. I am not sure how to trigger that, but there's nothing currently there. And then the last quest in this area, I am turning in now. So turning that one, I'll be done with those. And then this is the last one here, unless whoever gave me this one has one more quest. Consortium, we've been working on, that is them here. We've been working on the two different dailies here, because they definitely have jewel crafting stuff. So one says more heats of full ivory, and the other one says more crystal fragments. So how far? That's going to be kind of far. We're going to go over there real quick. I will see you guys when I get there. Alright guys, so we're coming up on the consortium area here. And I know I say consortium weird. Consortium, I don't know if you just want that said smoother. I don't know. Anyway, that's just how I say it, guys. Can't help it. So if you look at this quest here, this is for the pair of ivory tusks. So when you're running around, you will see something called elks, E-L-K-K-S, I think is how you say it. Which I will point out in a second. They just basically look like elephants. It's kind of sad, but you basically kill them, you get their tusks. You only need 3 of them, and you can keep repeating that quest. I don't know if that goes all the way to Exalted. Same thing with this one that we're going to look at here. This one here is for the crystals, which we have some. We don't have 10 though. Oh, did I throw them in my auction? You know what? No, I take that back. We actually don't have any. I was thinking I had something like this where it was like, you know, it would have left me a couple extra. Last time I did this, I had 30 even, so I was able to turn it in 3 times. But yeah, these crystal fragments are actually really easy to get, especially as a druid. So if we come over here to where this big crystal is, and you see these smaller ones that are down over here, as a druid, like I said, it's very easy to do this. You don't have to spend a lot of time on it. Of course, you're going to have to kind of grind this out, because you're going to be getting 10 for every one that you're going to turn in. But you basically fly down like we talked about before, grab this. The only one of these guys you really have to worry about is these purple ones here, like that, because he is going to hit me. They don't, well, he didn't even get it off. So they don't hit hard, even if they do start attacking you, but you can still fly down next to them real quick, grab this. While you're flying off, it'll probably hit me a couple of times, but as you can see, it's not taking that much damage. But we don't have to actually land and fight them. All we have to do is just pick up 10 of these, and we can go and turn it in. So even if he hit me, as you can see, I still picked it up. You just have to kind of wait in between that gap of him hitting you and him missing you, or him hitting you and stopping, you know, hitting you. And then just if you are doing it this way, obviously still watch out for your health, because as you can see, it does add up pretty quick. So you just fly up like I did, just to kind of lose that aggro, and then just come back down and restart. But let's see here. So we have probably about 7 right now. Yeah, we have 7, so let's grab 3 more. There's also some around the edge, and I believe there's some on the inside of this place. But even what I'm doing now is going to be the exact same way as far as how you would pick them up and everything. Yeah, so I think in here, this guy here is going to be the caster. So we can pick this one up. There we go, and we'll fly up, get away from that guy real quick. Just because this one's also going to hit us here. You know what, let's not even get that one. We'll go grab this one so we don't have to worry about needing to fly up again. And then we just need one more. Oh, we'll grab this one because these guys are not casters. And there we go, we have 10. So as you can see, that was pretty easy. Like I said, it would take some time if you do this just to get all the way to Exalted with them. But if you look in one of the previous videos, we did go over the consortium rep, and you guys can see what you can get from them, which I'll go over it again real quick, just so you guys can actually see it. These are the elks that I was talking about. So this is a wild elk. Maybe it's called the Elik. I always thought it was just elk. So they look like elephants. You're basically grabbing their tusks. You would have to kill this guy. They don't always drop tusks 100% of the time though, which is why the crystals are a lot easier to get, especially as a druid, like I said. And then we just need to fly back over to the area over here. Oh look, and someone killed this Banthar. He was not dead a second ago. He's for a quest. And they killed a wild Elik too. Don't see anyone. Alright, let's go in here. We'll turn in this quest and we'll see at least how much this one will give us. So come over here, talk with him. He wants 10, and you don't have to come back when you do 10 if you want. You can stay over there, circle that thing a couple times, get like a good 50 out of it, and then come turn it in like 5 times. So this gives you 250 for every time you turn it in. Like I said, I don't know if that will get you all the way to Exalted doing it that way, but it's definitely worth a shot. And then this is the quartermaster here. You speak with him. And then you can see here we actually do have jewel crafting stuff here that we're going to want, and leatherworking stuff that we're going to want. So one of the things I did not look at just now is I don't know, it doesn't tell me, I don't know if these are soulbound. So as a druid, if they're not soulbound, one of the things you can do is pick up a crap ton of these and throw these in the auction house as well. But as you can see, there's also gear in here that you can buy. Which is definitely way better than what I currently have. That armor is kind of ridiculous, so is the agility, because we have no agility on our current leggings. But yeah, these are some of the things you guys want to get from them. They have really good meta gems here as well, from the looks of it. So keep that in mind, guys. Make sure that you guys are getting all the rep up, especially if you are trying to get what is it? There's that Banthar again. Trying to like if you're trying to get all the recipes, like if you're a jewel crafter, leatherworker, even any of the other ones, tailoring, blacksmithing, anything. If you're trying to max out all of the recipes, designs, patterns, whatever you call them for your profession, if you're trying to max those out, make sure you're getting all that reputation. So look at that, guys. You can actually sell these. They're not soulbound. I may go and just buy a crap ton of these, and then at the same time I might start throwing them up on the auction house afterwards. We'll see what happens with our gold. I don't want to get tempted to do that because they're probably expensive. We can technically go and check real quick too, but for now that is going to be it for this one. Oh, you know what, one last thing, guys. Let me show you how this works here with Hala, because I know we went over it before, but because we were on the other server and it was dead, there was nothing that we could do. Right now the Hordones, as you can see, they have guards 15 of 15. So let's fly over there. We'll do one quick run for you guys. We're not going to kill all the guards. Just want to show you how it works, and then from there we'll go ahead and stop the video. So during this time, if you guys would not mind or anything, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. That definitely helps out the channel. If you guys are looking for any other type of gameplay on any other game, I do have a lot of PlayStation games on the channel. If you are new to the channel, for those of you who have been here, you guys know I play PlayStation mainly anyway. I've just been kind of sucked back into World of Warcraft at the moment, so I'll get back to those games. I've still been posting a little here and there. I think the last PlayStation game I did was Little Nightmares. I need to get you guys another episode of that. But as you can see here, this is Hala. In the middle, they have that Horde flag there. So these are the guards that are around here. These ones won't count towards the guards. There is literally, I think, exactly 15 guards. There's usually 2 at the entrance of every bridge, unless it's one like this. Oh, actually, there he is. One of the ones that people miss a lot is this guard here, who's the only one that's in front of this building. And then you have about 3 or 4 that roam around like this. So yeah, it's 4 of them. So these guys will roam. They'll go down here. They'll come up, and then they go to each bridge. That is another guard there, but I don't think he's hard to miss. Neither is that one. It's mainly this one that people miss because I think they think he's a vendor or something. I'm not sure on that. But anyway, if you guys take a look at their health, they're only level 65, and look at his health. So if you went down here and you tried attacking this guy, I'm not saying that you can't. They actually don't hit very hard at all. I'll even show you guys. So if we land, buff up real quick, throw on just a tiny bit of health, and then we will pull this guy over to us. No, come on. I don't want to pull the other ones over there. Pull this guy over to us. As you can see, he doesn't hit very hard. I mean, it's like attacking a normal character. You can still do all of your different attacks. You can put bleed on them. You can put debuffs on them. But as you can see, it's going to take forever to do this. So the best way to do this, let's go ahead and de-aggro him there. The best way to do this is around the corner, or not the corner, on the edge of the bridges. You have these 4 spots here that are wyvern camps. And I said that you actually fly out griffins. You actually use the horde things here. So what will happen is you'll find your first empty spot. You don't have to do this part, but it'll definitely help you out. You'll find your first empty slot, which is going to be that one there. So this item, or this right here, they're going to end up putting bombs in this slot. So when you click on this, it will, oh, it pulled away. It'll give you 10 bombs. You actually right click on the bomb. It'll give you something like this, and then you throw them at the guards. It is a bit finicky right now. Like I was trying to do it the other day, which I mean I did finish it, but like right here. So if they get too far away, right there it says no path available. I don't know why it does that. I don't know if it's just not reading it right or whatever. But you basically have to do as many passes as you have to do. This, like I said, you'll do basically a figure 8, which is what we're doing now. That's why we're flying so far away. But you'll do a figure 8 over the camp. Just one time, and you'll fly back to the exact same spot that you got your griffin thing from. So be careful with that, because if for some reason there's only one of these that are active, one of the spots here, Horde's going to know where you're actually, which one you're flying from, and they will sit there and wait for you because you still land back at that same one. And oh no, that's my own shadow. I was like, there's a Horde above us. But yeah, you'll basically throw these down. For each card, it is still going to take a while, because as you can see, it does tons of damage, but you also seen how much health they have, so it's pretty annoying. The last thing here is, as you can see, we didn't even get all 10 of our bombs off. I would say get off as many as you can, except
it's too far
all
away.
but one. Hold on to one towards the end, because like right now we're going to land over here. If there's any horde here, they can immediately start attacking you. What I like to do is grab the very last one that we have, and you want to throw it like right here in between the bombs and this thing. That way, if there's a stealth horde here, like a rogue or another druid or something like that, they're not just waiting to attack you, because these will also hurt players. So as soon as you throw that down, you'll just run over here, you'll click on him again and take off again. The other thing is, if you're moving when you're trying to click on him, it will have a delay. So if you click on it, it says you are moving, and now I can't click on it for a while. So be careful with that, because that is a good way for the horde to catch you off guard as well. Make sure you come to a complete stop, then click on it. It'll let you take off right away. That way you're not like trying to rush it and then you're just stuck there with that horde. Especially if they're higher level than you, you'll end up getting screwed over, or if there's multiple ones. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you for joining me today. I know it was a bit of a longer video. Hopefully you guys got something out of this, and you guys now know how to become what is it, exalted with the Scryers. If you're doing the same thing with the Aldor, I don't know what they're like, how I talked about the fire signets. I'm like Howie Mandel. But I don't know what their smaller item is, like the Firewing Signets. I don't know if it's the same as the other one. I don't know if it's still Firewing Signets. I don't think it is. But I do know that their bigger item is Fell Armaments. Armaments. If you just type in Fell, like that, F-E-L, it'll pull it up. It looks like the icon looks like an iron fist. For some reason, those are more expensive than the arcane tombs for the Scryers. But I'm sure you guys will find some in there that will definitely help you guys out. So, you know, definitely take a look, especially if you have the gold for it. This is a guy that I need to kill. He just hits really hard. I had no problem killing the Banthar that was over here for that quest and stuff. He has a lot less health too. But I mean, this guy just hits really hard and I cannot kill him solo. So we're going to see what we can do about that. But like I said, thanks for joining me, guys. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, subscribing, and then if you want, hit the notification bell icon. It will let you guys know every time I post new videos. But other than that, thank you guys so much. Definitely appreciating all the love lately. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and I will see you guys in the next video.